Yeah. Oh yeah. So my name is OYABUN. 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 Yeah. The name is Japanese. I thought it was from an anime, but I've been trying to figure out where I got it from. It's just something from Japanese culture. It means like Godfather. Like in the Italian mafia, they have, you know, like Don Corleone. He's the top, like the ultimate voice in like the family.
What's the matter with you? Is this how you turned out a Hollywood Pinocchio that cries like a woman?
So essentially, the OYABUN is the same thing within like certain like Japanese like organized crimes. The OYABUN's like the top dog, pretty much. I would describe myself in 3 words: resilient, prideful, blissful. You know, despite my energy sometimes, I'm actually like very like just like a lighthearted person. It's just the world that just be just throwing me fucking curveballs. I'll be like, all right, whatever. I was born and raised in New York, Brooklyn. Canarsie to be exact, which is like the most farthest point in like Brooklyn. We're like kind of like over by like the river and stuff like that. It's really hard to get to where we live in Canarsie. We're like the last stop on like a certain train line where there's not really too many buses out there. So it's like a lot of people used to make jokes. It's like the wasteland of Brooklyn, but I guess great things came from it, you know? Pop Smoke, he's from that hood. But like he's the most notable person from like where we're from specifically in Brooklyn. You know, there's a lot of Brooklyn artists, but there's not too many people from Canarsie like that have like popped up. A lot of the struggles I feel like I went through in Brooklyn was just, it was a lot of gang stuff. I wouldn't even necessarily say that was really necessarily a struggle. I definitely, if anything, I really feel like a lot of the struggle was with police. I feel like they gave me more hectic pressure about certain things and just living. In New York, you would just be walking down the street, cops want to stop you, they want to search you. Stop and frisk was a thing after 9/11, so they was really on our asses about it, even as a kid, you know what I mean? They would just be always wanting to search you, they was always wanting to be giving you a hard time and stuff like that. I mean, New York wasn't the, you know, greatest and safest place in the world, but I definitely felt like if you learn, it kept you on point. I think it made you not think the world was sweet, you know, not think the world was just like this like perfect bubble of things. People got robbed, people got hurt, mad shit happened, and you learned how to protect yourself and the things you have and shit like that. I feel like I was going through a lot of dark shit. I felt like I didn't really have like a way to express that, and music was that. And then it started out as being something for me to like be therapeutic, and ended up being something I needed to live, you know, and like genuinely grow as a person and all that type of stuff. Capital Steez, he was an artist in New York, still my favorite artist from New York. You know, like he was a part of a collective called Pro Era that produced like, you know, Joey Badass and a bunch of other people. We all went to high school together. Steez was a year younger than me, and he was a very good dude. I wasn't rapping at the time. I was caught up in a lot of stuff. But that was my man. He did music, you know what I mean? Like, I was supportive of whatever it was for him. He was this person that was just like a very happy person, an optimistic person. I feel like a lot of times I'm very cynical. Sometimes I could be very, you know, just serious, and I also feel like I have a bit of a chip on my shoulder about things. Steez was a very much of a person that he was just full of a lot of good energy. So I felt like the way he passed and where he was in his career, and a lot of things fucked me up, because this was like a lot of early stuff, and when I started to do music, he kind of was already well within his own career. He had just came back from tour on tour with Juicy J, and he was a lot different. And I guess I didn't see it, you know? You just take it for what it is. You see someone do something that you want to do or make it, you feel me? And you think their lives get better. I didn't really see my friend getting worse. And then one morning while I was in Florida, I get like news that, you feel me, he took his life. And I don't know, it threw me for a loop. At the same time, around that time, I was not in the greatest of mental spaces either. So to see somebody like that I felt like was a very mentally strong person, and to see myself towards them as like, see, he got it together and I'm struggling, and then to see him take his life, it fucked me up. It kind of messed me up in the sense that I didn't necessarily know how to see myself. And I had two options: follow what had happened, or use the moment as an opportunity to just carry on. There was something that he told me one time. We was out, like, outside of a session smoking, and I just felt like just how much it meant to me, I couldn't really walk away from the music thing. If anything, I had to become everything we both wanted to be. And you know, that's just kind of how much he meant to me, you know, just as a friend and just passing and everything. Like, it was a very crippling thing for me. I feel like I maybe have started to maybe finally heal from it, but yeah. The ways that I cope with my PTSD and anxiety: doing breathing techniques, taking more time to spend with my daughter, taking more time to just separate, and shrooms occasionally, 100%. Shrooms were a very important thing into helping me get past a lot of trauma in my life. It's kind of strange, but I never really did shrooms with the intention of getting high. I did it with the intentions of healing myself. I feel so just turned up into the world sometimes that shrooms kind of helps me just get back to myself. And like, you realize shit doesn't really matter as much as you make it seem to yourself. You end up to hustle and bustle of shit. These are the ways that I cope. What my daughter means to me, she means just everything to me. My daughter's the embodiment of a lot of things that I was looking for in life, that I tried to seek in music, I tried to seek in money, I tried to seek in a lot of things. And just her being her is just everything that I really ever needed.